Welcome to Night of Monologues. I hope we can work through all the technical issues and make this an enjoyable event. And all our performers are so excited to be here and so excited to perform. Next performer is Havish Ravipati, and he's an actor who's done many plays, short films, and voiceovers. He looks forward to performing with everyone tonight. And a fun fact about him is that he likes to read about mythical monsters, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monsters, ghosts, aliens, and dinosaurs. He will be performing a scene from Lockstep by Vijay Rajan. Side note, Vijay is the founder of The Hive, which is a storyteller studio, and a lot of the actors you see tonight are members of The Hive, and we have nothing but good things to say about that place. So Havish, if you're ready, you can turn on your video. Go ahead.
All right. You know, your kids are gonna hate you, Kev. They're gonna be ashamed to death of you. They're gonna think you're God. And then one day, you're gonna wake up and they're gonna think you're shit. And they're gonna be embarrassed of you and think you're stupid and stubborn. They're gonna think they're better than you are. And they'll love you too, but not nearly as much as you deserve. Not half as much as you deserve. And one day you're going to be waking up in a white-walled hospital, dying with your ass hanging out of your gown and tubes sticking out of you. And your kid's going to be waiting in the waiting room, ashamed, but not really, asking himself again and again, asking himself how the fuck is he supposed to feel? Asking himself, if you die, is anything inside of him going to change at all? Do you know how it feels? Do you know how that feels, man? When relatives you haven't seen for several years are calling up your mother, comforting her, saying, oh, don't worry, he'll be fine. And you, as the son, are the other person who's supposed to be affected by all this. And all you can think of is looking at your mom thinking, I don't even know how to hug you right now. I mean, it's messed up, man. It's messed up. Because you can't look your own father in the eye because you're afraid that he's going to look back at you thinking, is my son worth it? Thank you.
Wow. Wow, you set the tone.
Thanks, Deanna.
Havish, where are you right now?
I'm at home, actually. This is just in the script, he's standing outside talking to him on the roadside of a park. So this was the closest royalty-free stock thing I could find.
Very creative. And is that a road in particular that you located for this?
No, it looked mysterious, and
it totally works. It's great. So my question for you, since I know you know a lot of directors and writers, who is your dream director to work with and why?
Oh my God, I have so many, but my absolute dreams would be, geez, it's a tie. I'm sorry, Deanna.
Say both. Inform us.
Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese.
And why?
They've made so many of my favorite movies, and the two of them are the reason why I got into movies and acting. Those two.
What are some of your favorite movies they've made?
Oh, for Spielberg, the Indiana Jones movies, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Jaws, Close Encounters. I'm just gonna keep going. And then for Scorsese, Goodfellas, Casino, and Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, and so on. So yeah,
I hope everyone was writing that down because those are Havish references, all gold. Okay, well, Havish, thank you so much for your monologue.
Thank you for having me.
Our next performer is Jennifer Thompson. She's an actor, singer, karaoke DJ, and middle school performer, arts teacher. Her biggest reality slap in the face during quarantine has been, well, you really have no excuses now. Amen, I've been feeling that too. So when she's not providing distance learning tools for her students, she's constantly honing her craft. She'll be performing a scene also written by Shonda Rhimes from the ABC show Scandal as Rowan.
Senator, when you asked me, was I responsible for B613? It was not only me. You bear that responsibility with your privilege. What I'm responsible for is every decision to go to war, every president sitting in office, every soldier brought home in a casket, every citizen who sleeps free and easy in their beds. I kept the stock market afloat, the dollar where it needs to be, our shores at peace. I'm the reason why this nation still stands. I wake up every morning and I make America great. That is my legacy. And if you feel like it sounds like I deserve some sort of parade in my honors, no. No. I want my face on Mount Rushmore. I want a statue that would dwarf the Washington Monument. I want my name on the lips and hearts of every patriot, every citizen, every American citizen from sea to shining sea. I want to see the face of every white, complacent, privileged man who believes he's in position of power when he hears the news that a Black woman has been running this country, that he wields his power only because my Black power tells him to. God bless America, right? Thank you.
Woo! Bravo! That was so entertaining to watch and so much stress, but in a good way.
Girl,
How do you feel?
I feel this scene has been like on my heart for the past couple of years. So just to finally just like put it out there and just it's I feel all types of feelings.
Wow, it was very impressive to watch. How did you prepare for this scene?
Well, actually, like I said, I rehearsed it a couple years ago and then I put it down and I didn't look at it again. And then quarantine happened and I was like, you know what? Stop shying away from this scene. It's very challenging and it's actually, it was performed by a male in the show. So this is Olivia Pope's father's monologue. So I was like, you know what? I appreciate this. So this is what I want to do.
Oh, hello.
I know we got some visitors. Hey.
Yeah, if you pop in and out, it's all fine. Just turn your videos off as soon as you can. Here's a good example. And if I can get to it first, I will. Wow, Jen, that was really powerful. I'm so glad you're here performing it. Fun question. What is one of your favorite karaoke songs to sing?
Oh, God, I have a library. My go-to is Mercy by Duffy. She was like a one-hit wonder. Never heard from. Yeah, that's but like everybody remembers that little tune. Like they forgot who the girl is, but like I love that song.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you, Dee. Appreciate it.
So our next performer is Jeannie Young. She is a SF-based actress, filmmaker, and producer. She's also a founding partner of Coda Tribe Entertainment, which is targeting global audiences with 21st century storytelling, whose mission is to not only create balance between industry artists, but to inspire positive cultural change and human connection. And her only real vice is chocolate. Okay, and caffeine, and maybe some others. She will be performing Greenie by DM Larson.
Hey. Now, wait a minute. You know how narrow-minded people here can be. Well, I mean, your Greenie boyfriend doesn't even go to church, and your grandpa's a minister. Your boyfriend thinks that all hunters should be shot. I mean, isn't your dad a big game hunter? And your boyfriend doesn't want to have any kids. I mean, he thinks the earth is way too overpopulated. I mean, doesn't your grandma hold the town record for giving birth to the most kids? I mean, they have a picture of her at the maternity ward in town, for crying out loud. Oh boy, this is bad. Last liberal who came to town nearly got themselves killed. Yep. Remember when your cousin Earl brought home that girl from California? She had her armpit hair braided. She did. JJ said he saw it. And she chained herself to the local steak and the rough barbecue and refused to leave until they served salads. Really? Salads? You know what happened to her. Yep. She got run over by a garbage truck. Did so. Ran right over a foot. It's not safe for them greenies here. You better tell your boyfriend not to come. Thank you.
Whoa! Took us to the deep south now. I'm telling my boyfriend not to come. That was awesome. Why did you choose that monologue?
Well, so I haven't done a ton of comedy. I'm usually just such a dramatic actress, and I've mainly just done drama, and all my monologues are always drama, and so I just really am trying to delve in more into the comedy. And so I was working with one of my coaches, Bettina, and she helped, recommend a few of them. And I just wanted to try it. And what I liked about this one is I'm kind of making fun of myself because I am that greenie. I'm a vegan, I do animal rescue, and I'm a tree hugger. So, and I am from the South. So, to pull out the Southern is not real hard.
You had a lot to reference there. That's awesome.
With it.
But it definitely felt like a character. So that was really great to see. What led you to start Coda Tribe Entertainment? How did that happen?
Well, because, so I kind of just came to a point, not only within the industry, but in my life, that I really I want to do things, whether it's within this industry or outside of the industry, that are part of the greater good, that's to help make this world a better place, and to bring us together, the human connection as the human species. And so I just really want to tell stories that are about that have that message,
That's really awesome. That's good to hear. I feel like in this industry, it gets lost a lot in the business side of things. So to hear artists who are really passionate about the human connection and all that stuff, that's a great motivator. Okay, fun question. What is something that is on your bucket list and why?
Oh my gosh. Bucket list. I've done a lot already. I did skydive. I'd like to do that again, but
Really?
I don't know. There's so many, sorry, you caught me off guard, because there's so many things I want to do. Like, there's no corner of the world I wouldn't like to visit at least once, for instance. There you go. That's a really huge bucket.
Okay, there we go.
I don't want a bucket, but
yeah, me too. All right, Jeannie, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Our next performer is Roshni Datta. Roshni is a stage actress, dancer, and choreographer. She has acted and directed with various Bay Area theater companies, and has also acted and created several Hindi and English language short films and sketches. She also likes to write poetry and compose parodies and music videos. In 2020, she essayed the role of Kamini Khanna in the play Rumors by Natak, which, and since the pandemic forced us to be indoors, has released a couple short films and a music video, one of which crossed 1 million views on Facebook. She will be performing Portia's Mercy from Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above the sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show likest gods, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the cause of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoken thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follow, the strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there. Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. I love the music you added to that. That was very cool. So for your music videos, what inspired you guys to make those, which I've seen and they're so funny?
Well, most of them are parodies and they're topical. So I think the two that we released actually were both based on coronavirus and the effects.
I know.
So the first one was about how like there are almost no supplies left in the grocery store. So it was titled Corona versus Grocery. And the second one was slightly different. It was, so there was this whole migrant crisis situation that was happening in India, which is like a country with many states and people work in different states. But once the lockdown was announced because of the coronavirus, because of COVID-19, they had to go back to their home state, but transportation was all locked. So they often had to walk like 800 kilometers all the way. So
Wow.
that was like, that really like, you know, affected me. And so the next parody was a little about a more on a serious note about that crisis. So it's mostly topical. Yeah.
That's very cool. Where can people go to watch them?
Well, our channel on YouTube and Facebook is called Shortcut Productions. So short space cut space production.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you cut up a little bit. I think she might have froze, but maybe Roshni, you can put it in the chat so we can all enjoy and watch. And I will move on. Our next performer, see if we can get her off here. I'll introduce our next performer and hopefully the video will end. Is Sravanti Pratipati. Sravanti is a graduating senior at San Jose State, majoring in accounting and finance and minoring in theater arts. She got into theater recently and loves every bit of it. Currently, she is pursuing her yoga teacher training certification to keep her occupied in this pandemic. And her fun fact is she's obsessed with hot chocolate. She will be reading She Was Lost and Is Found by Richard Hensley.
I don't know if I really want to marry Walter. I know, I accepted his proposal, but Mother, you have encouraged it. Maybe I was so used to trying to please you that I just went along and until I realized I was engaged. You and Dad were certainly pleased about it. And no, I did not say I did not love Walter. I said, I'm not sure if I'm ready to marry him now. You know, things just aren't as clear now. Everything's just going so fast and I just don't know. You guys haven't really asked, have you? Neither of you. Mom, for all of my life, you planned my every move. You created this perfect daughter. And Dad, you always brag to others about how charming your daughters were. We haven't really talked, have we? Oh yes, you paid our bills, you attend our important ceremonies, but what does that tell you about us as individuals? Haven't we only cared about achievements and recognitions more than feelings or personalities? You know, sometimes I just wish that you guys could look at me like something more, you know, than a blue ribbon winner at a child's show. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you. How did you come across that monologue?
It's actually like one of my professors, he asked me what type of stories do you want to tell? And I was like, oh, that's an interesting question. What type of stories do I want to tell? And I I always am intrigued with stories where the character just stands up for herself and like changes her whatever decision it might be. And this is a monologue that I just came across and I just felt like I wanted to do it.
And how did you get into acting? You mentioned that it was a newer thing that you
Yeah,
became interested in.
it's a weird story. I actually like the first semester of college, I took my intro to acting class and I dropped it the next day. I was so scared. I'm so nervous. And there was a question at a conference that was asked, what would you do if money, time, and judgment was not an issue? And the first thought that came across was acting. And then that's how it happened. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this and see where it takes me. And yeah, I'm just loving every bit of it.
That's really awesome to hear that you're pursuing it. And I was gonna ask you, oh yeah, how is your graduation being affected by this whole quarantine?
Yeah, I'm sure like many of you guys have already heard, all of the graduation ceremonies have been canceled. So I go to San Jose State. So San Jose State is postponing it to either fall 2020 or spring 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not a typical, like, yeah, there's no graduation to be frank.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I hope it gives you more time to focus on your acting because you should definitely continue to stick with it.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Of course. Our next performer is Shelly Perrier Smith. She is a quirky, energetic actor who enjoys performing on film in theater and especially loves performing on Zoom. Yay for us. She lives in San Jose and studies at the Hive San Jose. Shelly has acted in several short films, tech ads, and plays. Practical aesthetics is her favorite acting method, but she also incorporates Adler, Strasberg, and yes, Meisner as needed. She will be reading a scene by Tara Medoff. And just to give some context about her scene, this is a scene where a mother is imploring her son to remember that she is a good mother, one who loves her son and would protect him, and not to think of her as an evil murderer as she may soon be depicted. This is a scene where she pleads her final motherly words as she hears the sirens and police cars drawing near.
They're going to paint me as some psycho. You hear me? They're going to say I'm crazy and out of my mind, and some are even going to say I'm evil. Because when you look at what I did on paper, okay, I'm talking on paper, it might say it might seem like I'm evil. Are you listening? Ignore those sirens. You gotta listen, buddy. You gotta hear me because I'm not gonna be able to talk to you for a while, okay? On paper, it might look one way, but paper's just a scrap of dead tree, right? There's no feeling in that. A person is not a piece of paper. So when you hear them say those silly things, you remember what I'm telling you now, okay? I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy with love for you. But you know, that's not a bad thing because, well, crazy love, mad love, 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 love. Buddy, move away from the window. Don't let those sirens distract you. Look at me, honey. Look at me. You got to remember that it was those other people who pushed me, right? Who pushed us. I'm going to defend you and protect those I love, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a mama bear. I'm your mama bear, and I'm not evil. If you hear that, know that mama bears can't be evil. Mommy's not out there trying to kill superheroes and unicorns. That would be evil, right? Buddy, you know I'd give both my arms for you, and an evil person would not do that. Now we can have ourselves a good little cry, because love makes us all feel all sorts of things. But then we move on and we do our spelling words and we take our swim lessons and we fold our shirts so they don't get wrinkled. We hold our head up, buddy. And we don't wear wrinkled shirts. I'm sorry those sirens are hurting your ears. Thank you.
Wow, that was really awesome. When you were asking, are you listening? I had such a huge urge to be like, yes, I'm listening. I'm listening. So what drew you to do that monologue?
Well, it's one I did in class for the Hive, and I enjoyed it. I have kids, and I could see, having to talk to them about something super important and being a really stressful moment, those last moments. And so,
yeah,
that was it.
My fun question for you is, did you have a childhood actor crush?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Or any current ones,
Yeah, definitely Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Wahlberg, which is weird because they're both really short and I'm tall. But
no judgment.
No. So yeah, I really like them. And but back when I was a kid, maybe it was Sylvester Stallone. I was really into Rocky. Oh, and John Travolta in Grease.
It's now coming back. You're gonna list a few more names.
Yeah.
In the chat, just keep listing them.
Okay.
Shelley, thank you so much. That was a beautiful piece.
Thank you very much, Deanna.
All right, so our next performer is Aditi Hanawar. She is a teacher. She loves teaching kids and wanted to try her hand at acting after many years. She performed with the Bad Company and has been a costume designer with Natak and Bad Theater Company for 6 years. She actually was my costume designer on one of the plays, so she's really great at that. She will be performing a scene from Crazy Glue by Joseph Arnon. And a little context about the scene. In this monologue, Linda calls her best friend for help. Linda apparently crazy glued her hand to her cheek and cannot separate them. Let's see what happens.
Allison, oh God, it's me, Linda. I glued my hand to my cheek. I'm walking around trying every kind of product, and I just can't get it off. Nothing will work. I crazy glued myself to myself. I was fixing the chair my Aunt Fran sat on. You know, the one she broke with her fat ass. The wooden one. My grandmother gave me that chair, so I decided to fix it. The wood glue just wouldn't do anything, so I crazy glued it. I was lying down underneath the chair, trying to glue the entire bottom half of the seat, because I noticed cracks, these tiny cracks. And so I thought I might as well just bottom the entire seat. But then the chair came apart and the seat fell on my cheek. I put my hand in front of my face to protect myself. But my hand glued to my cheek. It happened so fast. What am I gonna do? I'm walking around like a complete idiot. And I've tried everything. I've tried soap detergent, nail polish remover, Windex, Febreze, vodka, toilet bowl cleaner, Pine-Sol, and Pledge. God knows what else. And My face looks swollen. Every time I try to take my hand off my cheek, it really, really hurts. It's like the skin wants to come off. My eye, oh God, my eye, it's burning and tearing. And I feel I'm going blind because I'm beginning to see blurry. So I'm walking around with just one eye and one arm. What am I gonna do? Allison, hello? Allison, are you there? Allison! Allison! Wait, you're laughing? Are you laughing at me? You're laughing. You bitch. I got my hand glued to my cheek and I'm going blind in one eye and you're laughing? I know. I know. It's kind of funny. I want to laugh too. But later, not right now. Right now, I just need to get my hand up my cheek. I am so afraid. What if I have a permanent handprint on my face? Like I've been bitch slapped for life. Please, I can't go out right now in public. And I don't want to call the hardware store and ask someone for help. Can you call for me or come over, please? I'm losing blood circulation in my arm. Will you come? Yeah, will you please come? Oh, thank heavens, Allison. Please hurry. I'm feeling a bit faint. Thank you.
I am sorry to say, but I was laughing too with Allison.
I was really trying to laugh myself.
It happens. I'm sure it's not the first or the last time, someone out there has done it. What made you want to experience this monologue?
I always wanted to go back to trying comedy because I really feel I have that in me. And so I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. And so here I am.
Wow, it felt real. I felt like you were in it.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think you would do if your hand was super glued to your face?
I'll call you, Deanna.
Okay, I'm prepared. I won't laugh next time. I'm ready now. Right. Thank you so much for bringing the humor, Aditi. That was awesome. Our next performer is JD Charisma. He is a boundary-breaking actor, recording artist, and entertainer known for his boundless energy and irrepressible presence. He is known for his exhaustive work ethic and grand vision, which has led to a prolific and varied career in feature films, short films, online viral videos, music, and live shows. He currently has a single out called Out of My Mind that has been streamed on Spotify in over 50 countries. He will be performing a monologue from the third act of Henry V by Shakespeare.
Once more to the beach, dear friends. Once more! Or close the water! We are English dead! Becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinew, summon up the blood. Disguise fair nature with hard, favored rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Like pride through the portage of the head, like the brass cannon, like the brow overwhelmed. As fearfully as doth the god at rock, or hang into his confounded face, swilled with a wild and wasteful ocean. Now, set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to its full height. blood is fed from fathers of war-proof. Fathers that, like so many Alexanders from in these parts, fought from morn till even and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonor not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood and teach them how to war. Were made in England. Show us here the metal of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not. For there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble luster in your eyes. See you stand like greyhounds upon the slits, standing upon the start, the game's afoot. Spirit, and upon this torch cry God for Harry, England, and Saint George!
Wow, that lived up to your description. What an energetic performance. I think you literally woke Shakespeare up from wherever he's buried. That was amazing. Also, I love the prop. So JD, what led you to want to do that monologue?
It was the only monologue I knew at the Hive. I was recently doing it, but what started me on the journey of doing that monologue was Shakespeare is really hard to do, especially like it's, you know, a timepiece and you have to know the language. But I wanted to work on things that would give me command and leadership, and I thought that was like the perfect challenge to tackle. So
I think you nailed it. I feel like people on Zoom right now will follow you into battle, wherever you get that energy from. Also, I know you have a special talent. Well, you have many, but one of them is that you have an amazing Wakandan accent. Would you mind saying a quick line in your Wakandan accent?
Okay, let me try. I've never done this. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, so becomes a man as modestiness and humility. Wakanda forever!
I think you put Shakespeare back in his grave, but I loved it. Thank you, JD. That was very full of life, and we loved it. Thank you. Our next performer is Patricia Deary. She moved to Dublin, Ireland in the 90s and started acting in fringe theater there. She then took about 15 years off to be an MFT and started back training and acting about 4 years ago. Fun fact is she used to be a grill cook on a Canadian military base in Germany. That's super cool. She will be doing a scene from Cold Open.
Next. Woo, it's crazy hot here today, don't you think? You know, when I was a child, I had a heat stroke. Yeah, knocked me flat out. Oh, I'm sorry. I tend to overshare. I think it's because I'm a people person. I just love that whole interchange thing, but you promise to tell me if I get too chatty. Yeah, that heat stroke knocked me out. Almost fried my brain pan. And you know, it was easy for folks to get judgmental, but I don't think my mama knew that how hot it was, or she definitely would have cracked that car window for us. Life's full of challenges. For instance, on that day, I learned I could dislocate my own shoulder and wiggle out of that car seat, and Mama stopped drinking for almost a year. Oh, last time I saw a box that big, my grandfather was in it. Oh, cute story. One of the pallbearers was drunk, drops the casket, whoosh, body goes flying. You had to laugh. Yeah, my pop-pop was a funny old bird. He touched me inappropriately. It's one of the reasons why I have trouble connecting to people. But the good news is I have a great relationship with my cats. Debit or credit? Thank you very much.
That was so fun. Do you have a cat?
I did have a cat. She has
You did have a cat.
moved to where Shakespeare is.
Wow, that was such a fun little monologue. And what is, oh, you're not sure what that's from, right?
I'm not sure. It was from a class, and then I took a class with Bettina also, and she helped me tweak it a bit and all of that. So yeah, it
So
just it
fun.
helps with the quarantine craze. I can just sort of channel it right through there.
Yeah, channel that crazy. I love the physicality of it with the shoulder just popping out. That was great.
It was-
So my question for you, I was wondering, did you pick up the Irish accent at all when you were there?
When I was there, yeah, and I picked up all their, apparently when I came back, a friend of mine had just had children, a couple of young kids, and every other word out of my mouth was the F word. So I visited her so much that every other word out of their mouths turned out to be the little F word. So they'd be these little 2-year-olds coming out with the F word. So yeah, I picked it up, but I lost it. I wasn't aware that I had it, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe for an acting a role, you can bring it out again.
I'd bring out my dialect coach, definitely.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. What a fun
Yeah.
monologue.
Thank you.
Our next performer is Mark Show. Mark is an actor and Pokemon expert. He recently moved to LA from the Bay to pursue his acting career. He is the founder of Tiny Big Productions, which he created to tell stories that inspire people to be themselves. He loves mangoes and making people laugh, but is strictly business when he's playing Pokemon Go. It's true, I've seen him do this. It's strictly business. He will be performing I Am Enough, written by Mark Show, written by himself.
Let's see. Someone asked me a question the other day. Who am I? I think that is the most challenging question we face each day. A lot of us, we will try to answer that question by sugarcoating our true selves. So who am I? I am the first generation in America. My family name carried a long history of ups and downs. And I am the first actor in my family. I was expected to live up to the success of my family as a great businessman, accountant, or doctor. It was hard for me to not allow that negative energy to affect me. I had to learn from that negative energy and be motivated by it. When I was little, I hated myself. At home, I faced poverty and ate from the trash can often. At school, I was bullied, abused for being different. And later on, I tried to take my own life. I was lucky to be a survivor. I almost took my last breath to let those who hurt me win. I used to want to change my name to the person that the world wants me to be. But I realized I can't keep living off what people say to me. My name means brave. My name means warrior. The universe gave me my name and gave me a purpose. And what happened to me is a lesson for me to become a better successor and a vessel to inspire you all. And from all this, I learned how to paint with all the colors of my name. My name is Mark Show. Not because it's an ordinary show, but a mark that I create for the work to show the truth. My truth. My name is Mark Show. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mark. That was really inspiring to watch. Can you talk a little bit about what the process was like writing that and deciding to perform that?
Yes. So the process was a lot of time I go to interviews and they always ask me, tell me about yourself, or what do you think that you deserve this job? You know, and I just every time when that question comes up, it always stumbles me. Like I had to correct myself all the time. And so, and I realized the more I um, dig deeper and allow that question to take me, I realized that I had to learn more about myself. And so, and it's cool because the more I learn, um, the more I realize who I am and what I want, you know. And I think a lot of us we miss that, you know, miss them that we always, because like I seen people like when someone been asked, they always trying to like impress somebody, but never really themselves, you know. And yeah, and that was the process. And also like I was like when when you asked me to do a monologue, I was thinking I had so many monologue I wanted to do, you know, and I realized I never told about myself, you know, and I think that's what the world is missing, that, you know, is just being simply being you is what the world needs, you know. And yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Mark. That's super
Mm.
inspiring. And the part about going out there in the world to impress yourself, that really stuck with me. And I'm impressed with myself for doing this whole thing. And you, all performers and all attendees, should be impressed because you guys showed up. And that's a really cool way of thinking. And I really am grateful that you came and shared your monologue with us. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our last special performance is from Vicky and Paul. Vicky is an actor-singer, and Paul goes by the description as a private mortgage banker by day and aspiring band member and roadie by night. And they have a song for us. And take it away.
Hi, we're going to be performing Sweet Child of Mine. She's got a smile that seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stare too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Whoa, sweet love of mine. She's got eyes of the bluest sky, as if they thought of rain. I hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of
so much, Vicky and Paul. That was really beautiful. So do you guys perform? Where do you guys perform? How can we see more of your music?
We do our covers at open mics, mostly at bars and coffee shops. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, keep us updated so we can check it out when this whole
I
thing
want to
is over.
harmonize with you.
Me
Hell
too.
yeah. So thank you all for attending, and thank you all performers for bringing your craft to this virtual stage. We really appreciate everyone who came in to watch, because all us actors love to perform. And with this new situation, we're trying to do our best. We appreciate all of you guys taking the time. Jen, did you want to say something?
I do. I really want to thank you for bringing us all together. Without your idea, without your willingness, your technical savviness, just your heart to just let us have this form of expression tonight, we could not have done this without you. So thank you, Deanna. Thank you so much.
Hey, Deanna.
I'll go out and impress
Thank you for this, Deanna. This was awesome.
Does anyone have any questions from the audience? You can type it in for the next 2 minutes. Any questions for any performers, what they have coming up? Maybe really quickly as the questions come in, everyone can say anything they want to promote, any projects, any plays you guys are doing.
Yeah, I just started a Twitch channel, guys. So I stream every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be on tomorrow on twitch.tv/charisma_gold. We have a lot of fun in there. So if you guys want to come hang out, feel free.
It's true. It's a lot of fun.
JD.
Also, I wanted to announce that we will be doing this again. So if you are interested in performing, please connect with me. And yeah. Vicky and Paul so well sung. Perfect way to wrap it up.
Can I ask a quick question? This is Dave Shaw.
Yeah, go
when
for
would
it.
you be doing this again?
So we're looking at the first week of June, probably that Saturday.
Okay. This is a fantastic, some very unique monologues. Is something unique. Nobody else does. I've never attended something like this. So maybe you can do it more frequently and more earlier than June.
Okay, that's good to hear. And if we have interest, I'd be happy to host another and set this all up. It's good that we're creating a community where we can perform and encourage each other to continue our craft when times are
And you
different.
do not have a FB page, am I correct?
I do. It's my first name and last name.
No,
Deanna.
not on your name, on the Quarantine Productions.
We should have one.
So lessons learned. Hopefully each show will get more streamlined. I will probably create a Facebook event next time where you guys can easily click on the link. Maybe you can see bios of all the performers, all these wonderful performers, so you can connect with them too.
So only going to
And
ask you this because there's a FB page by Quarantine Productions on to somebody else. So I was confused.
Oh, well, good to know also. Thank you for letting me know. Fraud.
And you always going to be, this show is going to be pretty much on monologues, am I right?
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah. I'm open to doing different kinds of shows. Someone asked, BJ asked, will you be sharing the recording? I recorded this whole show, so I can definitely share it once all the actors approve. But that's definitely something we can do.
Thanks,
okay,
Sandy.
thank you guys all so much for this wonderful Saturday night.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Well
Brianna.
done.
Love you
Next
guys.
time.
Bye.
Bye.